Nvidia is primed to have one of the biggest gains this whole entire year. Oh my lord, right now Nvidia is like the talk of the entire stock market. It's absolutely bonkers at this point. And you know what, guys, we really do need to cover it, because I know we had a lot of earnings today and even yesterday, but you know what, this is just ridiculous, right? This is just ridiculous. It's getting to the point that, well, Mike covered it in his technical analysis video, where he covered an article saying that Nvidia is primed to gain, listen to this, 80%. So if you guys haven't seen that video, make sure to check it out. Of course, it's here on the channel, and he actually posted it yesterday, so as I'm recording this today. But nonetheless, though, I highly encourage everybody to look at that one, because it's insane. So he took his technical analysis approach. I'm going to take now my fundamental analysis approach, because, well, I mean, this company is just completely bonkers at this point, right? The whole entire chip industry is just completely insane, all because of 2 letters and 2 words, and that is AI. So let's actually see what Nvidia is causing right now in the whole entire market. Let's also see what their past earnings were and what they're expecting now, and then let's take a look at the fundamentals to see, is this actually possible? So with that said, let's get started with this video. And of course, we're going to start off with the futures, guys. As if I'm recording this, take a look at this. By the way, I'm recording this around like 7:11 p.m. on Tuesday. So by the time you guys see this, it would have already been a little bit less than 24 hours. Nonetheless, though, take a look at this. S&P futures down 0.1%. NASDAQ futures, which is where Nvidia is, down 0.1%. Now, if we take a look at what the US did on the day, you can see mixed, right? You can see that the NASDAQ did 0.06, so flat, and S&P actually fell 0.3, and Dow fell a little bit more than 0.5%. Now, this is really unprecedented, because, well, if we take a look at over here, we got some news, right? We got some news. NASDAQ, S&P, Dow, and mixed as financial slump. So financials are even struggling right now. Nvidia results on focus on Wednesday. So even though financials are struggling right now, it's still focused on Nvidia. This is bigger than CPI. This is just as big as like the FOMC meeting. This is insanity. So let's actually see what's going to happen on Wednesday. But before we do that, we can actually kind of, I guess, guesstimate as to where they actually may end up, right? So let's take a look at their past earnings, shall we? And well, here we go. We got their earnings were on May 24th of this year, and we got EPS non-GAAP of $1.09 beat by 17 cents. All right, EPS GAAP of 82 cents beats by 21 cents, and the big one, right? This is the one that people are really banking on right now. The revenue. $7.2 billion. That was a beat by $669.47 million. However, what is the thing that's really getting people, and the thing that made Nvidia rise like 30% in like overnight, it was insane. In fact, I'm going to show you guys the graph. It was this revenue estimate of $11.08 billion. That's for today. Well, so if you guys are saying this today, you would have guys already would have seen it, would have already come out. So I'm actually going to put out this video a little bit more early, just so that way you guys can see it and then react to it, you know, actually happen. So let's actually see how well this video actually aged, right? But take a look at this. This is really unprecedented. 11.08 billion. We have been making a big fuss about this $11 billion for the past quarter here on the channel, especially Mike. Mike is just like, there's no way that they can make 11 billion. It's just no way. Impossible. So it's going to be really, really interesting. You can see over here, EPS revisions. In the last 90 days, 33 of them, all of them to the upside. All because of one, well, technically 2 words, 2 letters, right? And that is AI. AI is the big thing that's now, it's a hype, right? It's the big hype right now. Back in 2020, it was crypto. It was blockchain. Then it turned to EVs, and now it's AI. So my personal belief when it comes to the whole AI thing is that tomorrow, depending if they hit that $11 billion, AI will get crushed. Like the whole concept, the whole hype of AI will just evaporate. Or if they do beat on that $11 billion, that means that we're probably going to see an 80% rise, just like Mike saw in that article. So this is gonna be an interesting one. Now let's actually come over here to their previous earnings report. Let me actually make this a little bit bigger for you guys. And okay, here's the thing, right? back when this earnings report first came out, this thing rose like 30%, right? Mainly because of, well, take a look at this. Quarter of revenue of $7.2 billion, up 19% from the previous quarter. And you're looking at this, and by the way, Mike was at fault for this too. When he saw this, he was just like, but they're doing good. And then actually showed him the real numbers, the year over year numbers, and then his mind just completely changed. So you're looking at this and you're like, well, 19% up quarter over quarter is looking really, really good. However, if we come down here, we can actually see that on the year over year, when it comes to this revenue, this is a decrease of 13%. Even though on the quarter over quarter is up 19%, year over year, which is the number that I like to see, because quarter over quarter really doesn't say much, well, it's still down 13%. In fact, I don't think they've ever done $11 billion in a quarter, right? In a quarter. In fact, when we take a look at the fundamentals, I want to see if they ever did $11 billion, because I really don't remember, right? I really don't remember. So if they haven't even, if they hit on the year value $11 billion, and they're expecting that in the quarter, that's going to be, I just refuse to believe that that's going to happen, right? So that's the main reason why people are looking at this revenue and they're like, if they get $11 billion, it's going to be insane, because, well, they haven't made $11 billion in the past. In fact, they're down year over year when it comes to the revenue. And of course, the next big thing as to why this thing rose is because, well, if we actually, I actually want to do this live right here. If we put over here AI, we could see that they mentioned it 42 times in this article alone, guys. 42 times. So, I mean, not the article, in their earnings, right? 42 times. And that's the main reason why. Nvidia right now is becoming an AI thing, right? I mean, I even took a look at their website when it comes to just like a basic Google search. Look at this. World leader in artificial intelligence. I've never seen that before. I don't think they've ever had that before. I'm trying to get some, like, I guess, Wayback Machine to see if I could see it, to see if they've changed anything, but I kind of can't find it. But I don't believe that they ever had artificial intelligence, right? Leader, world leader, not even leader, world leader in artificial intelligence computing. So, man, they're really, really milking this right now. They really, really are. And, well, their revenue, if it doesn't come in at 11 billion or beating 11 billion, I foresee this thing to come down a significant amount. In fact, let's actually take a look at this graph, because, man, when this happened, I was about to rip the little hair that I had left. I was about to rip it off, right? So let's take a look at this graph. Now, on the 1 year, they're up 168%. If only I put money into this company instead of Crocs, right? If only. Nonetheless, though, year to date, 219%. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Look at this, guys. 52-week range of 108 to 482, essentially. Dear Lord. And all of this happened right here. Look at that. From 305 on March 24th, when they just had their earnings, that we just saw, to pretty much, actually, what was it? The day after? Yeah, to a day after. Look at that. 379. Wow. From what, 305 to 379. And, well, beginning of that day, I believe, actually, no, that's after the day, right? That's on the day. That's at 4 p.m. close. On the 25th, 379. This thing was even higher. And so far this year, this thing has just gone on a massive rally to the point that their market cap reached $1 trillion, which is just all over the news. So, really, really unprecedented. Let's actually take a look at these fundamentals, because I am very, very curious to see if they ever even reached $11 billion in the year. Forget about the quarter, in the year. So, we got over here the calculator. We got the ticker for NVDA, market cap of $1.13 trillion. I mean, if this thing isn't expensive, just looking at the PE, guys, 237, I mean, I can't help you. I really, really can't. We saw the share price of $456. They do pay the dividend, but honestly, this dividend is really, really tiny. We're not here for this dividend, right? We're really not here for this dividend. Let's jump into the fundamentals, because this is what I want to see, specifically the revenue. We got the net income 5 years ago of 4.14 billion to 1 year ago of 4.4 billion. That is an increase of 5%. And I'm looking at this and I'm just like, this has gone nowhere. This has gone nowhere. 2 years ago, so they had the outlier, and boom, as of 1 year ago, they crashed. What am I looking at here? Nothing. So, you know, again, I'm not going to put grades for this, but we're going to do that tomorrow. I'm just showing you guys right now the fundamentals, just how the insanity when it comes to valuation that the fundamentals just don't show. So that's the net income. Let's take a look at now the free cash flow. Pretty much, actually, kind of worse, honestly. We got 5 years ago of $3.14 billion to 1 year ago of $3.81 billion, increase of 21% with an average of $4.81 billion. Again, we can see here the outlier, which, by the way, this free cash flow isn't even that much. It's only $8 billion. The free cash flow is $8 billion, all right? So 2 years ago was the highest at $8.13 billion, and then it came crashing back down 1 year ago to $3.81 billion. So once again, sure, it's an increase of 21% on the 5 year, but all in all, this is not a consistently growing graph. And now let's take a look at, of course, the revenue. Here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so they actually... Okay, never mind. Okay, I take it back. I can already hear the comment section. They did more than $11 billion in the past years. Okay, sure. Except, guys, that this is on the year, right? So, as of, well, 5 years ago, they did 11.7 billion. And as of 1 year ago, they did almost 27 billion. That is an increase of 130%. My bad. I don't know their fundamentals. I don't know... They're fundamental, yeah, just straight up. I don't know it. I don't really follow this company, so, you know, sorry. But, yeah, you can see that they have... These are two massive outliers. I'm looking at this 2 year ago and this 1 year ago value, and all I see is massive outliers, right? If anything, I would suggest, well, I would think that they would fall back down to this mean at around, like, the $15 billion mark. And if that's the case, that means that they would have to do a lot less, right? A lot less than $11 billion in 1 quarter. So I'm looking at this and I'm just like, this is screaming outlier. I don't necessarily like this. And again, it's not necessarily screaming $11 billion in a quarter. Very, very stagnant overall. Looking now at the assets minus liabilities, I'll give them that. They are increasing in assets minus liabilities pretty consistently. A little dip here 1 year ago, but all in all, fairly decent. And their average total assets exceeds their average total liabilities. Looking now into the cash flow minus liabilities, yeah, man, this is, it's going deeper into the red. They never had a year where they increased it. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? They really are packing on those liabilities. And when it comes to the shares outstanding, they've been very, I wouldn't say very consistently, but decently consistent at increasing shares. But all in all, a 2% increase on the 5 year isn't really a lot. And when it comes into the cash and equivalents, they currently hold $5.1 billion with an average of $3.83 billion. Now, guys, I'm not going to put any grades for this. We're not even going to take a look at, like, you know, the overall total grade or anything like that. We're going to do that all tomorrow. But based off of these graphs, based on a discounted free cash flow approach, look at how much this thing should be worth. $23.32 and $48.69. 456, and they're expecting this thing to go up to $700 or $800, an 80% increase tomorrow because of AI. Man, okay, I get that their revenue isn't as bad as I thought, but that's ridiculous. That's absolutely insane. So let's actually see how this thing trades tomorrow. And that's really all I wanted to talk about when it came to this video, because, well, I kind of just want to get ahead of things. So by the time you guys see this, you'll have about an hour until the earnings actually come out, because the earnings are coming out post-market, as you guys can see right here. Nvidia, it's post-market. It's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun. We are going to live stream also in a few hours when you guys are seeing this. We're going to live stream and we're going to cover this insanity, because we're either going to be smiling or we're going to be like, what is happening right now? This is so stupid. This doesn't make any sense. So it'll be hilarious. Come and join us, right? Come and join us. If you enjoy this kind of content, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Really does help here with the algorithm on YouTube as well as Rumble. Can't forget about Rumble. The only thing that we ask of you guys is, of course, like, subscribe, comment. Really does help here, guys. And that's really it. So thank you so much for everybody who have subscribed. Thank you so much for everybody who has supported us. If you guys would like to support us, that is the best way to do it, right? We're not asking for much. We're literally asking for something in return. So thank you all so much. And yeah, man, tomorrow, I did not mean to do that. Tomorrow, guys, tomorrow is going to be insane. So stop by the live stream 6:30 p.m. or maybe 7. I don't know when Mike decides to join, but 6:30 p.m. at earliest, 7 p.m. latest. And let's see how Nvidia actually did. So with that said, peace out, and we will see you all on the live stream. Peace out.